Hey y'all, I'm Hummy from Hummy's World, and we are going to review Kuler at Adobe.com. Here at the top on the address bar, you're going to see it's Kuler.adobe.com. You have to go there, and you do have to sign in. It just takes an Adobe account. If you've ever purchased something from Adobe.com, you can use that. If you've ever gone into their download area, you can use that ID. You don't need to use a separate ID. But you won't be able to save or download any of these color palettes from this resource without being signed in. And so I was asked the question, can we download the Dot Ase files from Kuler and use them in Photoshop Elements? And of course this also applies to the full version of Photoshop. And the answer is yes. And so I'm going to show you a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit about this wonderful site that Adobe has offered us. It defaults to the highest rated palettes. These are palettes that other people have created. And so here is the Pear Lemon Fizz palette that is the top rated and comes up by default. To download it, you simply hit this link right here and it will download it as a .ase file, which is an Adobe Swatch Exchange file. You can cruise around. Let's say that I like this palette and I could download this. I can also mark this as my favorite, and then when I go into my Kuler and favorites, I'm going to see ones that I have marked as my favorite. So you can go in and look at the newest swatches and just click around, and if you want to leave the other Adobe Kuler people some encouragement, you can add a comment also. There's also popular, most popular, and random. If you just want to go in on random, and if you love color, these are very inspirational. And to me, like this one is very pleasing to the eye. Often I can easily see which ones I think are pleasing to my eye, and like this one is not so much pleasing to my eye. It doesn't seem to be using a I've forgotten the word I'm going to use. Let's go into create one of these. Here you have a analogous, monochromatic, triad, complementary, compound, and shades. You can also go into custom and do whatever you want, but these are color schemes. That's the word I was trying to think of a minute ago. So you can actually go in here and create your own color schemes. To do so, you look at this little ball here, and whatever the white circle is around is the color you are working with. So that is this center color. You see if I hover over this one, it also puts a white around this box, and so this one is this box and this one is this box. So I can just grab this, and oh, I love greens, and so I'm gonna pull this out here to the greens. You can see it's moving all of them, and I can just kind of play around till I get something that I go, oh, I like that. Now if you want to stick with the standard schemes and not go off of that, standard schemes are there to put colors together that are pleasing to the eye, that do coordinate well. I can change this to a monochromatic scheme, a triad scheme. I don't like that one so much. Complementary, ooh, we're getting into Easter. Compound, or shades. Or if I want, I can do a custom one by manually setting any of these. And that's what some people get in here and do, and then they end up with ones that like this that do not really coordinate very well. But once you get one that you do like, you can also upload from an image. You can go into My Kuler and choose one that they have. I believe you can do this. I thought you could use theirs to start from. But once you get a theme you like, let's say I like this one, I can dream up a cool name for it. Of course, you're going to get more votes and favorites if you could think of something creative, and add some tags so if people are searching, and choose either public or private, where only you can see it or others can download it, and then hit save. And then you're going to be able to download it to a Dot Ase file, just like any of the other themes here. Here's the search. So let's say my kit is, I don't know, a mother kit. I'm going to see, there's Mother's Day. There's palettes other people think work well with Mother's Day. So this is a great site for collecting some color palettes. I would recommend, once you get maybe a color palette that you like, I'm in Windows, and after I download it, grab your snipping tool in Windows or whatever screen capture software that you have, and click New, and go ahead and also grab this and save it with the same name that the swatch is named that you download. That way, I'm not going to save this one. When you go into your folder and you see this one called Muted Turtle, or there's that Pear Lemon Fizz, these are just a couple I downloaded earlier. When you go into your folder, wherever you have your folder on your computer, you'll be able to see what they look like in order to choose them, and they'll be right next to each other, your JPEG file. So that's a recommendation I have. Now, how do I get these in Photoshop Elements? Well, it's very easy. By default, the color palette is not open, so I'm going to click Window and Color Swatches, and you see it opens up here with actually I have some color palette, one of those color palettes already loaded in here. So if I go, there are a couple ways that you can do this, actually several ways, but I'm only going to show you two. If I go to this drop down menu and choose Load Swatches, and I go to my color palette folder, which I just threw this one on my desktop, you're going to see it says there's nothing in there. Well, that's because the default file type is a .aco. We also have the color table, which I have a tutorial, I think, in course 2 that covers that. And here's the .ase file. So you select that, and then you see it, and then just click OK, and you can see immediately over here it added these color swatches. So now I can actually go in here and use that one. There it is as my foreground color, and I'm going to grab this one as my other color, and that I'm switching back and forth, and I can use these in a variety of ways. In designing or just coordinating for my layouts. If you use the feature to create from a photo, from an image, then you can use the image that you're putting in your layout to create a swatch, and then use this to coordinate with it in your recoloring. Another way I want to show you really quickly that you can get these swatches into your color palette um, I'm looking to see, yeah, large thumbnail. I just like the view much larger here. I could take my swatches, you know, and pull them out if I wanted to be able to work with them a bit better. So, another way I'm going to show you real quick that you can load these. I have these swatches here in my folder, and I have my folder smaller so that I can see my Photoshop elements behind it. And this does not work in earlier versions. I know maybe 5 and under. I'm not sure where they started allowing this, but this is the easiest way that I think to install these. I'm just going to grab this and drag it over and watch it puts those right in there. And so easy, yes, you can use the Dot Ase files from Kuler in your oh cool, you could select moods to change the color palettes from your photo. You can use the Kuler Adobe very easily and quickly in your Photoshop elements. And I hope you've enjoyed this tip, and I hope you love color and you get out there and you are inspired by it.